Hi, I'm Bert Sheffield of HeartHorse Dressage, and this is my horse Wonky, otherwise known as Farusa. We're going to do a video today about the walk. The quality of the walk is so important. It is a real window into the quality of the rider's training, the quality of the horse's training, the subtleness, the tact of the rider. The walk shows the judge so much about the horse's mental and physical state. Are they relaxed? Are they through? Are they on the aids? Are they anxious? It is just this amazing opportunity for the judge in the middle of a test to see what's the truth, what's underneath of all the other movements, what's actually going on, as well as giving the horse a chance to have a breather in the middle of some of those very advanced tests where the horse's heart rates are absolutely pounding. The walk is so important, and I think it's often an underestimated pace. It is sometimes called the queen of the paces. I think that's because it's often overlooked compared to the power and splendour of the trot and the canter. But as a power rider, certainly the walk is incredibly important, and as a dressage rider, the walk shows us so much. There's a reason that walk movements are often a ×2 movement in a dressage test. That means that the mark has a coefficient of 2, so you're being judged out of 20 rather than out of 10. So those, say, 15-20 strides you do across the diagonal are worth double. The walk is a pace where you have very little room to hide anything from the judges. They have the time and the clarity to see everything. That's what makes it so fascinating to me. It gives me the time as a rider to also see and feel everything in the horse. It gives you this amazing window into the horse's body, how they're feeling mentally, emotionally, physically. It's all laid out for you by the way the horse walks. Wonky does have a really good walk. Good girl, especially when she walks forward. She has a really nice walk. When I first got her, her walk was not that impressive. It wasn't biomechanically wrong, i.e. it wasn't lateral with both legs on the same side moving at the same time, or an amble which is almost like a trot but a sort of broken trot diagonal kind of walk. But her walk had very little expression, very little purpose. Oh, try breathing, it's really good. I recommend breathing, Wonky, it's a good idea. Her walk had it wasn't elastic, it wasn't particularly supple, it didn't wow you, it looked quite limited. But first of all, when you're looking at a walk, you're looking at the rhythm. Is the horse walking in a true 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the beats evenly spaced apart? Now you can see that from the ground, come on, good girl, by the horse making a sort of M shape with its legs as it moves. They make this V shape with the legs on one side, and they make this sort of the sides of the M on the legs on the other side. And you want to see that V in the middle where the front leg gets kicked out of the way by the back leg. Wonky didn't have that when she came to me. She wasn't lateral with them both moving at the same time, but there wasn't that much power. You didn't get the feeling that she was kicking the front leg out of the way. You're also looking for a nice overtrack. The overtrack is a good indicator of the relationship between the hind leg and the front leg. Some horses, if they're a little bit long in the back, they'll have less overtrack. If they're a little bit shorter in the hind leg, they'll have less overtrack. But you're really looking for the horse to drive itself along with the hind legs, and you to really see that through each step. I know the door's very interesting and very blowy. There's a good girl. And this is the medium walk. This is your baseline natural walk. This has good activity. Good girl. There's good reach. She's swinging through. It is often said that you can't make the walk. You buy the walk, you buy the canter, but you can make the trot. I believe you can alter the walk quite a lot. I think it's easy to just go, well, the horse has got a bad walk, it's got a bad walk. And it's a kind of lazy way of thinking, but it is certainly an easier way of thinking than actually taking responsibility for the walk and developing it. I've developed horses' walks quite a lot. Certainly this horse's walk has developed a lot. Good girl. And it's developing suppleness and elasticity and relaxation that creates a bigger, better, more judge-pleasing walk. It's also very easy to destroy the walk. You'll see a lot of high-level horses that have received a lot of training that actually don't have very good walks. The positive tension that they use to get the massive expressive trot and canter work can have a detrimental effect on the quality of the walk the horse produces. The very best riders manage to teach the horses to relax that tension out of their bodies when they come back to walk, so they can then show this really nice, pure, big walk, when even in the Grand Prix they're expected to do the extended walk. And the judge can see how much mental tension the horse is holding on to, how much the rider is using the horse's mental tension to create the rest of the horse's paces, because if the horse is under a great deal of anxiety and stress, then the horse won't produce a nice walk. I use the lateral work to help the horses learn how to relax in walk. I walk this horse probably close to half an hour every day in a training session. Good cow. I use this half long neck position, which is probably a little bit longer than a half long neck at the moment. Good girl. I want her to be seeking the bit and really using her top line and her back. Good girl. Allowing all that energy from the hind leg, good girl, I know, the door's scary, it's quite windy, to stretch into my contact. As a rider, it takes a lot of concentration to ride a good walk. Good girl. Because you have to really concentrate on what you're feeling under your seat and the quality of the rhythm. Are you in the right tempo? The speed of the rhythm? Are you hurrying the horse? Because that will destroy your walk quicker than anything else. Riding your walk too fast will destroy the quality, the regularity of your walk. Is the horse in front of your leg in the walk? Is she? Are you? Are you sure? Because a horse can't be really supple and relaxed if it is hanging back on you. Her breathing's really regular, which tells me she's also relaxed. She's allowing herself to breathe in harmony with the steps. I'm going to start to bring this walk up a little bit. I wouldn't say to collect it. If you're thinking of a collected walk, you're thinking about bringing the overtrack back a little bit, bringing the horse to a point where it's taking a higher, rounder, more active step, but not covering that much ground. And for that, you tend to lose the overtrack, but you mustn't lose the regularity of the rhythm. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got to stay. So I'm bringing her back up. It's easier to keep the regularity of the rhythm when you're on a bending line, or if you're in lateral work, because it gives the back a chance to stay relaxed. Any tension in the horse's back, any tension in the horse's mind will affect the quality of the walk steps. Horses are designed to walk. You know, we think horses are designed for cantering and galloping and jumping, but actually in nature horses walk tens of miles a day. In their general happy natural lives, they are designed to walk. They should have a good walk. It's good for a horse's body to walk, it's good for their digestion, it's good for their breathing, it's good for their mind. I'm going to pick her up a little bit more again. Keep opening and closing the length of her neck so she doesn't get stuck, doesn't get tight in the back. I'm going a little bit shoulder fore, shoulder in-ish. Good girl. Sometimes when they get very round in front, they can get a little bit slow with the front leg. And then they're very active, but they're on the forehand. They end up being a bit like a wheelbarrow. Come this way. Just change the bend a little bit. When I'm practicing walk work at home, I don't mind if the horses jog occasionally. It just gives me an idea of where the limits are. But you really don't want a horse to jog in a test. You need to know where those limits are at home. Because if a horse jogs, you're pretty much guaranteed a 5. Which, when it's a double marking movement, is a bit of a disaster. Asking her to be a bit more supple around my left leg. Good girl. Good girl. There's so many exercises you can do in the walk. It's also a great pace for teaching the horse the lateral work. As long as the horse doesn't come tight and tense and lose the clear regularity in its step, then teaching the lateral work in walk is a really nice way of introducing it. If your horse gets anxious, then maybe you need to go into trot and teach the horse the lateral work where it has that little bit more of an open door. I'm going to stay around my right leg. She's not to push into my right leg, she has to stay with her back lifted around my right leg, even though she's in this slight travers position. Now I'm going to slow this down, turn the shoulders a little bit more, turn the shoulders a little bit more, good girl. Turn the shoulders a little bit more, turn the shoulders a little bit more. And now we're starting to get a little bit more collection. I don't expect the head to move so much. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. See, that's her finding her release. Hey. Hey, come. Good girl. She's getting a little bit quarters leading in that. And just push her a little bit shoulder in. There. So I'm making a step off my right leg. Good girl. Now I'm going to collect her. Collect, collect, collect. Collect. Bring the shoulders. Come. Bring your shoulders. 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 Keep stepping. Keep stepping. Good girl. Now I'm going to leg yield a little bit off my left leg. Need a bit more reaction from you. Good girl. This horse has been doing working walk like this now for 3 years. Now I'm going to bring a little shoulder in. Good girl. Come. Now I'm going to ask her to slow down. Bring the shoulders round, shoulders round, shoulders round. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. It's not the tightest pirouette in the world, but it's good girl. It's active, it's keeping moving. Good girl. I'm going to sink my leg, ask her to come collected. Good girl. Good girl. And now I'm going to extend that walk. Swing, longer steps, slightly longer frame, bigger over track. I know it's really cold, isn't it? It's really cold. Collected walk, collected walk. Good girl. Good girl. I've still got quite a lot of drive, still quite forward for a collected walk. Hey, good girl. No, 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 no. There, I know, I reached my limit. I asked her to go into the extended walk and I overcooked it. There we go. There's into my extended walk. Good girl. I hope you can see the difference. I'm going to let her stretch. Do more of a stretch walk. We ride and do a stretch walk in para rather than a free walk, because it's actually quite hard for a lot of the riders to do a classic free walk if they've got stability problems, if they can't adjust their reins. Come. It's more of a stretch walk. She's stretching my contact. Yes, there's a good girl. Yeah, good girl. Super. You can probably tell I am very passionate about training the walk and about how it is often neglected, and it should really be used so much more in training horses. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I love all your support and your comments. It's super hearing from you all. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover in a future video. Hopefully this has been helpful and educational, and see you all soon. Bye.